y'all, Mythic Rare here. Long time no whip and chat. That's because life has been, thankfully boring up until this last little bit. Thank you to all my A1 Day 1 subscribers. And for anybody new here or is just passing through, welcome. Today we are going to be working on Mandie Manzano kit, All Cats Do Go to Heaven. That is what it is supposed to look like. I meant to put the start date as June the 1st, but I accidentally wrote a 7 in there and was trying to cover up my mistake. I did not do that well of a job. But I mean, I am basically in the mindset of, where does time go? Like, I feel so old when I say that. I mean, I'm only like 33. I'm not old, but I feel old when I say that because I'm just like, I could have sworn we just like celebrated a new year yesterday and now like it's already almost halfway over. Yeah, it may take me a minute before I actually start diamond painting, and my voice might be just a tad on the weak side today just because I just got off my shift. I've already been talking for like 8.5 hours. It was like nonstop busy. So, yeah. So, y'all are... Oh, and then by the way, before I get on into it, like, my God... Woman, get it together. Links are in the description for everything that I am using. Okay, so what have I been up to lately? Well, Alex's brother Ben came home from the military on leave, and he spent a month with us because he had to pack up his home and everything here in the States, and he is off on his next adventure in Japan. So, yeah. It has been a really eventful month. I think, like, the last time I had talked with you guys was, I was trying to figure out what his schedule was going to be, and believe me, it was not easy those first few days. Like, he was constantly online, just like chilling, playing with friends. I was lucky enough to have had a few videos already in the works at that point, so I just like decided to treat it like a week off and stuff. And then because he was online so much, and then because my room at that point was pretty much just like depression, and you know how like there can be certain relatives, family members who will just like need to crash at your house for a while, or like friends even, right? And then they're like typically known for having like a higher standard, or it's like because of what they do, it kind of like puts the expectation on you of, oh, like I need to make sure that everything's a tight running ship. I need to like have all of my ducks in a row, when really you're that person who has squirrels and they're all over the place. That's kind of how I just felt like the first few days that he was over. And my room was basically like a trip hazard. A bomb has gone off. A tornado went through here. Like, my entire closet sometimes just like winds up being on the floor because I can't decide what I want to wear, or I'm trying to do laundry and stuff, and then it's like I have to, like, sometimes with Alex, he'll have a thing that like needs to be taken care of right now, and my laundry just like goes to the wayside, or like something happens and I get distracted and then I just like completely lost all the spoons for it that were once there, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can never get this done. So, and because his brother was there, I just like, I felt so ashamed in doing this. Like, but I had to ask for help. And like anybody who's a wife, a mother, girlfriend, who's had siblings, like anybody who was part of any family period knows, like, somebody in the family has like this one thing that they cannot do, or like this one chore that they will not do, this one thing they will not touch with a 39.5-foot pole. And when that person like comes to you asking for help with said thing because they're finally just forced to deal with it, like, it means a lot. So I was kind of at that place with my room because it was like at least once or twice per week we were getting like severe weather, as in tornado chances and all that. And I am just like, I do not want to, I'm just like thinking to myself, I do not want to have the corner right died due to tripping over crap while trying to outrun a tornado. Like, like I did not want that to wind up being in my in the report for like insurance, or like the medical examiner that like, oh, she died in a tornado because of this. So I just asked I just asked my boyfriend, babe, can you please help me with my room? And he is like, that is not this weekend thing, but it is a next weekend thing. So, like, la-di-da-di-da, I go about my week, I diamond paint, I do videos, I do work, like, I do all the normal things. The following weekend comes around and I'm just like, oh yeah, I did say that. Oh crap, I'm not ready, but it needs to be done. And we proceeded to just Marie Kondo the daylights out of my dresser drawers and out of my closet. We filled up 3 Glad bags, the big stretchy Glad trash bags full of clothes. And of course, when we were doing this, like, we did the part 1 on a Saturday. We got my room about halfway done. And Saturday, we finished like another big chunk of my room. And like, these Glad bags at the point were just completely stuffed. We take a drive down to Noble, Oklahoma, because that was, for whatever reason, I think that was like just our closest Salvation Army drop-off point. I mean, there were other charities and things that were closer, but I didn't want to take it to Goodwill. So, I mean, I could have, but I tend to agree more with the business practices for Salvation Army, so hence why I took it there. We drive all the way to Noble. We drive back. and everything is fine. So, of course, I'm just like going about my evening, relaxing and all that. And Alex is just like, oh my God, I cannot find the keys for the Ford Focus. And I'm just like, well, okay, we went to like this place, and this place. And then we proceeded to trace our steps. And I gave him my car keys. He opened up my car. He looked all underneath the seats, moved them all the way forward, moved them all the way back. Did not find the focus keys whatsoever. He went and he looked like all over his room, could not find the focus keys. So we're just like, oh snap. So the time goes on, and then like the following week we're having to retrace our steps, having to like go all over town. We went to like all the grocery stores we hit during that weekend. We went to all the businesses and things that we visited. We did not find those keys. So the good thing is that they were not in my car. They are probably somewhere in here in the house. We just need to tear apart Alex's room some more, and I'm sure that we will find them. And all the while all that is going on, we also got a new addition to the household because Alex's brother Ben has a kitty. Her name is Zesty. She is black and white. And she is very much used to being queen of the castle. And she came over once when Ben was on leave for Christmas. And she was like kind of getting used to the place and stuff, but she didn't really have time to get like used to the place. And our other cat, Allie, was kind of getting used to her, and we were thinking like, oh, okay, like Allie was looking for the other cat after Ben had gone and stuff the first time, so we were thinking maybe those two could be friends. Oh no, that was not the case. Because this time, when they came around, Zesty was baby gated inside Ben's room. And Allie didn't have any problem with it. She just kind of like wandered over there, and then I guess like they hissed at each other or something, and ever since it has been like a hissy fit for dominance. Like, I don't know what else to say. And I feel like, yeah, that is cattywampus. This is the other thing that I use my Diamond Art Club tweezers for, is if for whatever reason, like right now, where I cannot find my straightener, I will scooch them. So you know how like cats and dogs too, like you have them either behind a door or you baby gate them, and you just like let them get used to each other, and then you just like gradually expand the territory, maybe have them eat together, play together with toys on the other side of the thing and stuff. Yeah, we kind of like never really got there. I have no idea the logic between like how or why this was done, but and I think that maybe some of it was Alex, I don't know, but the baby gate that was in the hallway that Alex and Ben share, that just got left open and Zesty was free to roam. And then that made Allie feel very threatened, like she was getting replaced or something. And then she just retreated into Alex's parents' room. And she has been stuck there ever since. She does not want to come out. There were a few days where she was stuck underneath the bed, and Alex and I had to get down on the ground, move boxes and things that were next to their bed, and we pulled Allie out because we didn't want her staying underneath that bed like all that time, because otherwise, you know, with her being 16 years old, she could get arthritis in all of her joints, and then like, that's no fun. So, and this does not belong there. So what we did is we pulled her out and then we put her on the top of their bed and we brought her over her food, and she just ate and ate and like nom 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 nom. Probably for a good 2-3 minutes. So she's just been camped out in their room this whole entire time. So all the while, I am just like working, making videos, and payday rolls around. And my check is usually like after all of my deductions and everything runs, like it's like blah 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 dollars. Like it's a certain amount that I typically see like all the time whenever I get raises and stuff. Like I know it's gonna be like up a little bit, or if I've been doing overtime, it's up a little bit. If I've maybe been like getting out early or just whatever, I know it's going to be down a little bit, but it's usually like right around the same number. And it comes in like clockwork. But I saw that it was literally my paycheck times 2 that had deposited on this one particular payday. And I was like, oh my god, my paycheck is effed. Like I think that whatever system maintenance that we were doing, like it glitched and it somehow deposited my check twice. So here I am, like all for, and it happened on a Saturday too. So there's like nothing that I could do because payroll wouldn't even be in until Monday to like actually talk to you and stuff. And I was just like freaking out, like, oh my God, what if I spend something? I'm going to have to give it back to the company. And like, did they even take out enough taxes and da da da? So I'm like hardly buying any groceries, just like trying to live off of what I have in the pantry and stuff. And like I just like blasted everybody. I need a union rep to talk to me about this pay question. And then when I finally do get a chance to talk to somebody from my union, they're just like, wait, twice? You got paid times two? Like, how is this possible? And I'm just like, I don't know, but my check is usually this, but I got like this amount. And then I'm just like, well, I don't know, like, what exactly happened. Like, I worked the same amount of hours I usually work. I didn't, like, pick up any extra shifts or anything. Like, I don't know how or why this happened. And then I have my mom, like, texting me at the same time because she works for the same place that I work, just, you know, like different location, different department. And she is saying, oh, well, how much of a bonus did you get? And I'm just like, bonus? What bonus? And then she proceeds to tell me, oh, well, our collective bargaining agreement, like with our union, says that we're supposed to get a bonus if it's saying that, like, there's a Me Too clause in there. Not like Me Too as in somebody got R'd, but like Me Too'd as in if another department in the company gets a bonus, then my department, the one for reservations, also gets a bonus, which is like very nice. And then her department actually voted on something with the union, and then they got their bonus. So then that's why she's asking me, like, oh, how much of a bonus did you get? So I'm asking my union person at the same time, and then she's like, oh yeah, because the peoples on the ramp, they just passed their new contract. And I was like, oh my God, that means that this is real. That means that this amount of money on this check is real. And they're just like, yeah, like, do you not want? And I'm just like, no, I want it. Like, happy early birthday to me, I want it. Like, it was the funniest thing ever, because I'm just like here freaking out, like, oh my God, what if I'm in trouble? Like, what if I accidentally got somebody's check? 'Cause, you know, like, I know how it is to struggle and have to, like, eat ramen and stuff like that for a few weeks if I have, like, some pretty big bills due. And I certainly don't want anybody to go through that if it's, you know, like, a mistake or a glitch or something. So I'm just like trying to do the right thing. And they're just like, no, it's real. Like they passed the thing, so you're getting a bonus. And I was just like completely and utterly flabbergasted, because now I get to make some headway with, like, like debts and things, you know, credit card, student loans, all the normal adult things. My gosh, I like really love these fairy dust drills. Like, isn't that gorgeous or what? So yeah, it's like kind of like in between the Marie Kondoing my room and stuff, and then like waiting for Ben to leave every single day to go to the gym, so then I can like record and upload YouTube videos. There's been severe weather. There was one day where it was a high risk, and it's like it was a super conditional thing, but it could have quite easily been like a super outbreak if all the like cards got played right by Mother Nature. But thankfully it didn't. There have been like multiple times where we're like under the gun for severe weather, and then like I'm working my shift 2:45 to 11:15. Absolutely nothing happens on my shift. And then it's like, as soon as I get out, as soon as I start to make food, that's when all hell just like breaks loose. Like literally there was one night where I'm getting off and I am just like sitting in the bathroom and I'm watching my, like, I'm just like scrolling through all my notifications and I am seeing like thing after thing of severe weather. And I'm like having to pack the emergency bag and all that. And it's just like for the last 2-3 weeks it's been like that, like multiple days. I think we're starting to slow down now and we're just getting a whole bunch of like weak little thunderstorms. Not so much anything for my area, which I am glad because that is not fun. And it certainly made uploading these last few weeks be even harder than what it even had to be. But it has been kind of bittersweet and everything as well, just because I didn't really get to spend a whole lot of time with family and stuff. And I mean, it kind of does go without saying that, like, the brothers and stuff, they fight, but then they got kind of used to being around each other again, and it just kind of sort of mellowed out for the most part, and it was all good, and I kind of got used to having been around, but now he's off doing military things, and I was expecting his cat to be beside herself. Thankfully, she hasn't. She's like settled in and everything just fine. But, yeah, it's just like kind of like, you know, like used to having a full house and like now it's like all kind of quiet and everything again. But, it is what it is. I feel like if I keep going, I am just gonna pointlessly ramble. So I am gonna cut it here. I hope that you guys have a good week coming up, and we will talk to y'all later. Bye.